What is up, guys? It's Jimbo here, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about Solstice of Heroes, the update that is coming out in just a couple of days, how to get the legendary and the masterworked versions of the armor, the easiest way to farm them, and what I would recommend you doing when you want to do this as efficiently as possible. And before we start, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Click the like button if you enjoyed the video. Comment down on your favorite set in the Solstice gear. And also come and check me out on twitch.tv/itsjimbo. I'll be running through all of these on Solstice of Heroes when the update goes live on Tuesday. So, as it seems from last year, we're going to be going back to the European aerial zone. In the light.gg posts for the armor, you're going to be seeing European aerial zone quite a lot for the descriptions, and I'm going to be going through each of the armor sets. First of all, we're going to be looking at the Majestic set, which is the first legendary requirement before you go into the Masterwork set. Now, what I would recommend before doing all of this is getting into a fire team of 3 so you can make the grind a little bit more enjoyable, but also focusing on one character at a time and not trying to bounce between all of them. A lot of the Majestic requirements are very, very similar, but they are broken down into the different pieces of armor, and they're on different pieces of armor depending on the class. So with further ado, let's look at the helmet. Taking a look at the 3 different helmets. For the Titan, the requirements to get the legendary gear is to complete Gambit matches, which you'll have to complete 10 of them, get Guardians defeated with arc weapons, and also collect Void/Solar/Arc orbs of 1,000. For the Hunter, defeating combatants with elemental damage, defeating combatants in the European aerial zone, and defeating combatants with arc weapons. So pretty much killing stuff. So 200 combatants, arc weapon final blows, and elemental final blows, which will be 2,000, 300, and 200, as you can see on screen. Then moving on to the Warlock, you have to kill 20 bosses. Now, I don't know whether that means yellow bars or actual strike bosses. 600 kills in the strike playlist, and 200 elemental orbs from the EAZ. Moving on to the gauntlets or grasps, whatever you want to call them, on the Hunter, Warlock, and Titan. For the Titan, you need to complete 10 heroic public events, 100 ability kills, and 20 bosses, so you can combine that with the Warlock. Then we move on to the Hunter. We have another 10 public events, playlist strikes, arc orbs 300, and 300 Cabal defeated. And then finally on the Warlock, we have 2,000 elemental final blows, and 100 Guardians defeated with solar weapons, and 1,000 Void/Solar/Arc orbs generated. Moving on to the chest piece, we have for the Titan 600 kills in the strike playlist, 300 fallen defeated, and 200 combatants killed in the European aerial zone. Then we move on to the vest. For the Hunter, we have 1,000 arc, void, or solar orbs, 10 gambit matches, and 100 grenade final blows, void specifically. Finally, we have the Warlock, where we have the void weapon kills of 300, 100 ability kills, and also another 10 games of gambit. Now moving on to the greaves, or the boots as you would want to call them. For the Titan, we have 2,000 elemental final blows, 100 solar melee final blows, and playlist strikes of void orbs generated of 300. For the Hunter, you want to be making sure you get 600 strike playlist kills, 100 kills with void weapons on Guardians, and 100 ability kills. And for the Warlock, you want to do 10 heroic public events, 300 Hive defeated, and you want to get 300 solar orbs generated in this strike playlist. Rounding out the Majestic set, we have the Mark for the Titan, which is 200 elemental orbs generated in the EAZ, 300 solar weapon final blows, and 5 patrols on IO. For the Hunter Cloak, we have 5 patrols on the EDZ, we have 200 solar, void or arc orbs generated in the EAZ, and 20 bosses killed. And for the Warlock, we have 5 patrols on Titan, 200 combatants defeated in Crucible or Gambit, and 100 Arc Super Final Blows. Before I go over what weapons that you should be using, what subclasses you should be using for the different characters to get you done quicker, I'm going to tell you the Magnificent set, which is what happens when you masterwork those pieces of gear. You have to do a specific activity. For all of the classes, the requirements are as follows. Complete 1 Ordeal Strike on the Master difficulty. Complete the Pit of Heresy on the Moon for the chess piece. Complete a Nightmare Hunt on the Moon for the Gauntlets. Complete 7 games or win 7 games in Trials of Osiris for the Greaves. And get a defeat of a final boss in the Altars of Sorrow. So the quickest way I would recommend doing these requirements is going in completion order. So the first thing you want to do is go and get your heroic events completed, your gambit matches completed, your patrols completed, because once they're done and out the way, there are certain areas that you can go to in the game that will give you the ability to farm out specific orbs or specific weapon kills. Next, you want to focus on doing the Strike playlist. Reason being, you're also getting tokens for doing it, but there are multiple requirements that you need to do in Strike playlist. You also get the bosses at the end, but you can mix up the subclass that you use in order to get the specific orbs that you need for any particular kill, ability kills, orbs that you need to generate. 3 weapons that I would highly recommend for getting your solar, arc, and void kills are as follows. If you haven't already, get yourself a Gnawing Hunger from the Umbral Decoder, because it is one of the best ad clear weapons in the game right now. Alongside that, pick yourself up a Icolos SMG, because that will get your arc kills. And lastly is the Death Adder, which is also an SMG that you can get from the dungeon. But any arc, void, or solar weapons, I would recommend using them in the Strike playlist. And then what I would recommend doing is any of the lengthy tasks, don't focus on them straight away. Get the smaller activities done first, so that way it feels like you're making a significant amount of progress towards completing your masterworks. This is why the orbs that are around 2000 and the void kills or the certain ability kills I tend to leave until last, and I try and get the Crucible games done as quick as I possibly can. Reason for that is no one really likes to play Crucible for an extended period of time. And also another tip to remember is do not swap characters while you are doing this. It will feel more rewarding if you do one character at a time than having to go and do 30 games of Gambit or 30 heroic public events. Complete one character, get them done, because I'm sure they're going to be doing a system very similar to last year where you can open up masterworked items and get cores. This is going to be a great time of the year to get materials, because you're going to be able to open a load of boxes and continually play Solstice of Heroes. For the Masterwork objectives, they're pretty simple. They does what it says on the tin. The only difficult ones I would say are going to be the Master Nightfall and getting 7 trials wins, and maybe the dungeon if you're trying to do it solo. But if you can jump in with a couple of friends, just try and get a couple of wins here and there in trials, it shouldn't be too difficult. I'm not going to make it sound easier than it actually is. I'm hoping that this year's Solstice is going to be a lot of fun. For a return into the European aerial zone, I'm excited, and hopefully this guide is able to help you be more efficient with the guns that you are using and the abilities that you are using when you are trying to get those objectives. I haven't gone as in-depth, but a couple of last points that I will mention is Devourer is really good for void kills on a Warlock. The solar middle tree on a Titan is also very good for kills alongside your shoulder charge, and unfortunately no one can really change void grenades on a hunter, so that is going to be one of the most tedious activities to try, or requirements to complete on a hunter, because the void grenades kind of suck on a hunter. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully this video helped you with your Solstice of Heroes grind. We will be finding out more information as we go into the week and bring this out beforehand so you can get yourself prepped and ready and understand what you have to do, the grind that you're in for, and it's going to be a good time to have fun with Destiny over the summer. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel. I'm going to see if we can get to 1,500 subscribers in the next couple of months. It's a big goal, but I'd love to get there. And also try and hit my partner requirements for YouTube, which is 4,000 hours of watch time, which I can't appreciate enough everyone watching the videos at the moment. And if you want to come and check me out live while we do all of this, twitch.tv/It's Jimbo, Monday to Friday after 12 p.m. GMT, and I will see you guys next time.